Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to install a float valve. The float valve that we're going to be using is a Hudson valve, and what this thing does is it allows the water to go into the tank up to the point of these holes right here, and I'll show you on the part here in a moment. Once it hits that level, it shuts off the water supply from wherever the water is coming from, so it actually shuts off the water here. So very simple design, very basic, but we're going to go through how to install it and what tools you need and whatnot. So starting with the Hudson valve, if I can get these parts out. Okay, so it comes as a unit like this. Again, maybe I can get this on camera, but it's going to fill up to somewhere in this area here. And to do your connections, all you need for a tank like what I have is you need a bulkhead, and then you need a way to go from a 1-inch thread down to a 3/4 inch thread, which is what is on the bulkhead. So I have an adapter here. It's 1 inch to 3/4. This already screwed in, and you simply put it in like this. Now I'm going to do a dry assembly, meaning I'm going to seal everything up after I get it all installed. So I'll take it back apart, I'll put together, take it back apart, make sure I have it where I want it. Then I'm going to use pipe tape or thread seal, or call it what you will, but it's the white pipe tape. That's what we're going to be using on every threaded piece. From my perspective, that's absolutely critical, and that's what we're going to do. The other parts that we have here are, so we have an 1 3/8 hole saw, or I'm sorry, inch and a half hole saw, and we have our bulkhead. So if I take this thing apart, you're going to see that you want the hole to be slightly larger than the threads. Then when this goes in there, there's no problem, and it fits right in there. So then we're going to take this, we're going to thread it through, and I'll show you all of that. All right, and then of course we have our trusty drill. This is what we're going to be using. The way I'm going to be routing this in my new setup is I'm going to be going from this point here. I'm going to come up, across, and out. On the outside, I'll have a quick disconnect. I'll be able to hook up my water directly to that. It'll come in, go into the tank here, fill up to the line, whatever level I put this at. One more thing before I get too far. This right here, you can get shorter. So I may end up going with what looks like just threads on both sides, but we'll see.
As a quick side note, if you haven't yet, I would highly encourage you go check out my channel where I do all kinds of videos on auto detailing the right way, methods, tips, tricks, plastic restoration, paint correction, a mold detailing trailer build, which is absolutely epic. I also do a 2-part epoxy floor. I also show installation of different gear, and there's just a ton of information that's on my channel. I would highly recommend you subscribe to stay up to date, and I really do appreciate you watching my videos. And let's get back to the original video.
So it's not so critical exactly where the hole is. So I'm going to pick a point that's somewhere in the middle. Normally I would measure, but on something like this, I can kind of eyeball and get it close. If you're not sure, go ahead and measure. And there's a mosquito. See it? All right. So I'm actually going to go off to the side this way slightly. One thing I want to say is that I always go with low RPMs. You want the tool to actually be cutting. You don't want it making itty bitty chips. You want it to make a little bit bigger chips to keep things from melting. Same thing with steel. Uh-oh. Battery died. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. So always start your drill above and then go into it with the drill spinning. Okay, so now we have a slug, and I can dig this thing out later. Next thing I want to do is get as much of this debris out of the way as possible. Because what we don't want is, we don't want particles going into our pressure washer, which is over on the other side. And so of course there's chips in there, so I'll be taking this tank and turning it over and getting all the chips out. But for the dry fit, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I would say something very important is once you're done with everything and putting on your holes in, take the tank, dump it out, or turn it over, and get all the shavings out of here. Okay, so the next step is to mount this thing. Well, so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to reach my arm in there, bring it up, and then thread this onto here. Let's see if my arms are long enough. And of course you can't see, I'm also putting the washer on it. Okay, so once I have this through, all I do is I tighten it here. Then I can take this pre-assembled piece and I'm gonna reach in, I'm gonna screw it in underneath. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be in the way again. Of course, it's wanting to be a bug or so on the plane. We're going to loosen this up. Oops, the other loosen. So this is reverse threads. Now we're going to attach this here. So rather than trying to do it through there, I'll go ahead and attach it right now. It'll just give me something bigger to kind of hang on to when I put it back through. So remember the bulkhead is 3/4 inch thread. This is 1 inch, so you need a reducer from 1 inch down to 3/4. 3/4 inch extension into here. This goes up into there. You have your seal, and let's see if this works a little better. I think I need that gasket out here. Or not gasket, but washer. Okay, so got this started. I'm just gonna tighten it by hand. And now it's in place. What I'm gonna need from this point is some sort of 3/4 out, up, over, and across, and then out the side wall. Let me go ahead and take this off here. And let's see if we can get a better view of what we're looking at. Okay, so you have your plastic washer, you have your lock nut, which is reverse, you have 3/4 inch threads on the inside. Let's see if we can go inside the tank here. This will be interesting. Okay, there we go. It's a little tough to see, but that's kind of what it looks like from the inside. And then hopefully I'm picking up on some of the debris on the bottom, because it's kind of a mess. Okay, so yeah, there's debris in this thing. So because I'm going to be using DI water only, I want to make sure this thing, well, actually 2 reasons. I don't want those little chips to get stuck in the filter or in the pressure washer or anywhere in the filtering in between here and the pressure washer. So next step is I'm going to remove my straps, at least remove the hooks. Then I'll take the tank, I'll flip it upside down, and I will get out as much debris as possible. I'm then going to make sure that I like the level where it is, and if that's the case, then I'll go ahead and start applying pipe tape, and then we should be able to route the rest of the plumbing along the wall out and start filling it with water. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. That keeps me going over here. Otherwise, it may not be worth my time to do these videos. So hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you soon.